Today we will be looking at the most dangerous World Cup matches in football history. Every tournament, players dive in, lose control, and even get sent off the field. But today we will be looking at how some of the dirtiest matches in football history has led to the hatred across legends and nations around the world. In 2006, the World Cup quarterfinal between England and Portugal was special. A young Ronaldo leading the team with Luis Figo against one of the strongest English teams to ever play. Rooney, Beckham, Lampard, Gerrard. A squad full of talent. And by the first whistle of the match, the game was flying at pace. Tackles from either end, and there was no self-control. And in the 52nd minute, there was a potential handball initiated from Beckham, but they were denied immediately. But only a few moments later, in the middle of the pitch, Wayne Rooney, one of Manchester United's heroes and legends, stopped on Carvalho after being dragged to the ground. This nasty challenge and step on my man's nuts was unacceptable.
But now tempers are flaring on the pitch.
This led to a slight push from Rooney to Ronaldo, which sparked the hatred of the two players to this day, from teammates to rivals of the game. Rooney got sent off the pitch, but was it for the push to Ronaldo after the play, or the dirty crunch to the Portuguese defender? It's unknown, but conspiracies say that the Ronaldo push is what stimulated the red card due to his confirmed wink afterwards. Fortunately, Carvalho was able to have two kids after that tackle, but the game only grew worse. 2 hours of football that came down to spot kicks. Gerrard and Lampard was stopped immediately, followed by another great Portuguese save, which only left one man to win it for his team, Cristiano Ronaldo. He scored this, Portugal was going to the semi-finals. A passionate end to the match as the game clocked a total of 28 consecutive fouls from both sides. There were 4 yellows issued and the famous 1 red after the painful boot to Ricardo. And now almost losing your kids in one single stomp is a rough way to start, but the South American clash was dirtier than you could ever imagine. In the 2014 quarterfinal, Brazil hosted Colombia and the game broke the most fouls in a single match. 53 fouls across 90 minutes of play. The World Cup has never seen this before. Brazil's captain Thiago Silva kicked the game off with a simple goal off a corner, and by the second half, Colombia lost his patience and began targeting Neymar. After Hulk won another free kick for his side, David Luiz, the leader for Brazil, stepped up and scored one of the goals of the tournament. 2-0, and Brazil was glazing in sunshine until Colombia won a penalty in the final minutes of the match. The goalkeeper received a yellow and James Rodriguez found his breaking point. Brazil won as the game ended with 4 yellows and 0 reds. The collection of 53 fouls is what makes this match so intense, but nothing beats the Battle of Nuremberg in 2006. Portugal versus the Netherlands was the most dangerous match in football's history, a match that got Ronaldo injured and 4 players sent off the field. The most lethal game in the World Cup started right away with a yellow card hack on young Cristiano, and just a couple minutes later the Dutch defender clamped down on Ronaldo's thigh. Ronaldo got taped up and Portugal drew a tactical yellow, and after quick play off the right flank, Portugal snuck the only goal of the match in the 23rd minute. The game came crashing down as yellow cards began flying out. Players kept lashing out, and there were so many times where a call should have been a yellow or at least a red card. In the 43rd minute of the match, the Portuguese defender absolutely laid out the Dutch attacker in the middle of his own penalty box. There wasn't even a call issued on that play, and it was hard to believe. The Portuguese defender had to have been sent off the field, but the Russian referee flipped Costinha's color to red after his deliberate handball in the middle of the park. And in the 48th minute, the Netherlands missed the easiest chance they could have got. A cross hit from deep into a poor clearance, and the Dutch attacker hit the crossbar. And 10 minutes later, Deco was fouled outside the box, causing more tension and a sneaky headbutt attack on the Dutch defender. The ref wasn't looking, and it became a scary moment in history that never got looked at. Luis Figo began racing along the touchline and was slapped by a Dutchman. He got sent off for what honestly was one of the softest fouls of the evening. The game became violent. No one was safe, and Portugal was down to 9 men. Deco was sent off the field after roughly being thrown to the ground. He tried slowing down the game, but the pace was on fire. No one was surviving, not even the Netherlands goalkeeper. It would have been insane if the Dutch clutched up, setting the game into overtime, but unfortunately they didn't. They picked up their last red card in the 90th minute, and the game grew to a halt. There were no words to describe this tie. Not even the players knew what just happened. The world's most dangerous football game became the nightmare that took us back to 2006. But if you want to see the worst World Cup misses that could have changed football history, check this video out.